Okay, so the rumours this morning are that Gareth Bale is going to be let free on a free transfer from Real Madrid. Zidane, quite obviously, he hasn't wanted him really in the team. To be fair, I've got to side with Zidane. His performance just isn't backing of a world class player. I think he's played 29 matches in La Liga this year, 8 goals and 3 assists. So it's hardly the stats of a world class player. Now, it's where does he go after this? So there's rumours of obviously going back to Tottenham, going back to Man United in the Premier League. I can't really see him going to either of those two clubs. Chelsea possibly, Arsenal another possible. But let's look at Man United and Tottenham. Who is he going to replace? Who is he going to make the team better? Certainly I can't see it with Tottenham. And the biggest problem for Gareth Bale in the Premier League for me is it's turning into a more and more athletic, pacey division. Yes, you've got to have that technical ability, that first touch, but more and more it's becoming about pace and athleticism. And he's 29 years old at the moment, but he turns 30 in July. So he'll be starting the Premier League as a 30-year-old. And a lot of people will say that's not too old. But Gareth Bale has always scored, and we remember him with those blistering runs through the defences when he played for Tottenham. And it was his pace that always gave him that advantage over other players. And I think probably Zidane, he's the one closest to him. And I'm guessing he's probably lost that yard of pace. He's done better in the Champions League this year. I think 7 matches, 3 goals. So he has done better in the Champions League, but he's not going to really lift a team to new highs, I don't think, now. Now, where could he go? I think there's opportunity to stay in Europe. Probably somebody like PSG. They're in the Champions League, so it'll be fairly attractive. He's on a free transfer, so they'll be able to afford to pay his wages. But you can see him coming to the Premier League, and I can see him struggling. The other ominous sign was he's at that age where, if he picks up injuries, he could be out for several weeks. And I think this last season he picked up an ankle injury in December. Missed a game, came back, and then he was out with a calf injury for 3 or 4 weeks or 3 or 4 games, and all of that really makes it really difficult when you're that sort of age to get a run in the team and make an impact. So I'm guessing Zidane knows exactly what he's doing. I think probably Gareth Bale has lost that yard of pace. That's his major weapon. He's a world-class player. Some of his free kicks have been brilliant. On his day, he can put some beautiful crosses in. But really, if you look at his stats, I'm just looking here. 29 matches this year, 3 assists. In the 17-18 season before, 26 matches, 2 assists. Season before that, 16-17 season, 19 matches, 2 assists, all in La Liga. So, and I think he scored 8 goals last year, 16 goals the year before, and 7. So he's hardly a prolific goal scorer. Yes, they're valuable goals, but really somebody in his position that tends to go down the wings, and he should be looking at more assists than that. If you look at someone like Raheem Sterling for Man City, top of his game, obviously he's scoring late teens goals in the Premier League, and his assists are treble what Gareth Bale is doing. So they're a class apart to me. So to put him in a Premier League team and expect him to really improve that team to new levels, I don't think is possible at this. His best season for Real Madrid is going back a few years. It was the 15-16 season. He played in 23 matches, 19 goals and 10 assists. Now, if he'd have been doing those stats in the last couple of seasons, 1, Zidane wouldn't have been letting him go in, he'd have been keeping him. But 2, he'd have had a whole host of clubs lining up to sign him. And I think the fact that he's saying he's happy to stay put at Real Madrid, I'm guessing his agent may be saying, do you know what, there ain't that many offers out there for you, so you might be better, staying where you are. Anyway, we'll see what unfolds over the next few days. As we say, it's only rumours, but I think it's fairly certain that Real Madrid will be letting him go on a free. Be interesting to see if any of the Premier League clubs take him. I don't think they will. I think he's more likely to go to one of the European clubs, possibly PSG. Thanks for watching.